Hello and welcome everybody, my name is Savage and today we're going to be having a look at Phantom again. It's been a few days since we've looked at this video, so we're going to be going over the moves that we've seen play out and where we think this is going. We have a few things to talk about, but before we jump into that, I'd like to say thank you for watching the video, and if you're enjoying the content, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and why not leave us some feedback in the comment section down below. Okay, so let's get into it now. On a macro scale, I'm still looking at the potential for this to end as a diagonal, and what we'd be looking for this is an ABC to the downside and then that additional fourth and fifth wave as shown here. For the most part, we seem to be having pretty good structure for this, so we just need to see how this plays out and if we actually manage to move down and retest this trend line here. So basically within this we'd be looking for a zigzag, and another zigzag to the downside. So these are 5-3-5 moves, and they are corrective moves that make up this ending diagonal. So until the only way that this becomes validated is by moving back above this 3150, or if we start to get some other structures here which don't fit within this analysis. So if I go down into the smaller time frames here, let's get this back up to size. There we go. So initially what we were talking about in the last video is there was two things. We were talking about the potential of having a breakout from this zone, which as we can see here, if I actually, so this wave 2, we were looking at this low point here, and actually what happened is we've come down lower than this, so this actually invalidates this, which invalidates this one as well, and all these are sort of invalidated now. We were potentially looking for this break to the upside here, and that was going along the lines of, if I just turn this on, looking for the potential that we could have had a bigger ABC pattern in play here. It's not looking very likely for the most part at the moment. We've got this choppy structure to the side that's not really doing a lot, and it just doesn't really fit into an impulsive structure, this current move that we have. So we were looking for that target area of that 30 cent 22, but I don't think, given the current structure and how it's developing, that we are going to be ending up going up to that. We will keep monitoring it in case we do start to get some breakouts, but currently it doesn't look like it. Rather, what looks like it's playing out is the fact that we are within a 5-wave move to the downside. This is one of the options we talked about previously as well. We have this as a 1 and a 2, and then we're actually forming this wave 4 currently. So basically within this move we would have a 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 5 into this low point, and then effectively we have been doing this choppy sideways movement. So there is a couple of options within this, and we could look at this as completed here as a 4th wave maybe, and basically what we'd be looking at is the potential that this is A, B, C, D, and an E, and it's a very small triangle, and then we're actually looking to break down from this point, basically moving back above this point here at 2071 would actually invalidate the fact of us moving down directly, because our target area was towards this 1850 to this 1774. Obviously this depends slightly on how high we go here, and can see that given the current, it would be a little bit lower if we do decide to just start to break down, and that would be that 1864 to that 1804 would be a typical 5th wave. We would have to watch the substructures within these waves and see exactly how they play out, but basically this would be a little bit of a target area that we could look to go for if we were looking to break down. And actually what we had is that this 4th wave actually ended here. However, like I said, there is a couple of ways of looking at this, so it is still possible that we are within this 4th wave. And if this is the case, actually let's go over the direct breakdown. So if we do end up with our 4th wave here, what we would be looking at is, if I turn this on, is we'd be looking at the potential that we could have a 5-wave move in here, where this is a 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 5 with an extension in that 5th wave. And then looking at this as a wave 2 to the upside. Technically speaking, this wave 2 might not be completed, and we might have this move here as an A wave, all of this is a B wave, and we look to break up again for a C wave, but not crossing above this 2071. If we just throw a fib on this currently, what we'd be looking at is that 1-to-1 area would be this 20 cent 57. So if we do just start to move up and we reach into this zone, it is possible we could look for a rejection and then actually start to break down, in which case, if that does play out as it is shown, what we'd have to do is look at, if I just remove this fib for a second, basically this wave 2 would then complete here. The second we move above this 20 cent 71 though, this 5 wave direct sell-off becomes invalidated, and it would be that we're actually still within this 4th wave move. So confirmation though off of this current point, that's not if this ABC plays out, which is possible, so we just need to watch that. If we are going to see that move to the upside in this ABC, basically we wouldn't want to see a drop back below this 1927. Moving below that would invalidate the C wave and would make us look that actually have to look at this again, and then maybe we're just having a direct sell-off, and this is actually a 1-2, and then we're actually within a wave 3 that's not apparent at the moment. For the most part, it just looks corrective at the moment, but if we do continue to sell off and take this low here of the 1729, I'd be then looking for the potential that we could be looking to drop towards this 1815, which is a typical third wave based off of this wave 1 here. If that does play out, effectively what we'd be looking for is an additional 4th and 5th wave, which would bring us down to this 1799 to the 1770, roughly. Obviously, it depends exactly how the waves play out, but should our 3rd wave end there and our 4th wave retrace back up towards this 1902, we could look to target out this zone. This also falls quite nicely within this 5th wave zone, so it's something worth bearing in mind that if we do start to sell off directly, this could be a little area that we are looking to target out. If we do complete this as a 5 wave move and we get this 5th wave to the downside, then what we'd be looking for is a bigger correction to the upside. And what this would be looking at is potentially moving back up. If I just throw this onto here, go into that yellow box area. So this is just rough until we get better information and waves forming. But basically we could look to potentially move back up towards this 21 cent, all the way up to sort of this 24.13 if this is going to develop in a bigger 5 wave move to the downside. So that's what we'd be looking for. If we do complete this 5 wave move into this low, we'd be seeing how high we come up into this move. We could look to potentially retest this descending trend line, which has offered us resistance many times. So we could look to retest it, which would come quite nicely on that 50% potentially, or even up to that 618, and then look for that continuation to the downside, looking for the lower end of this channel again. Like we said, basically within this move, we wouldn't want to cross back up. If we're looking for a bigger 5 wave move to the downside, we wouldn't want to cross back up past this 2620 area. Moving back up across that point would actually invalidate this as a bigger 5 wave move to the downside. So we don't want to move back above that if we are looking for continuation to the downside. So this is my most likely option, is that we're still within this 4th wave. It is possible, like I said, we could have a direct sell-off from here. Alternatively, what we could be looking for is and what we'd be looking for is the potential that actually maybe we are still within this 4th wave and it doesn't finish there as a triangle. Like I said, there's a few ways that we can count it. So we need to bear in mind there is a possibility we still have a leg to the upside here in this Y wave, where actually we have this is an ABC, this is an ABC, and then now we're forming that additional leg up here, looking to potentially target up this 2111 area. This would be a 1-to-1 of this Y wave here, so that would be the same length as this Y wave in as this W wave in this Y wave. If we reach this 1-to-1, it is also possible that we could have this as an A, a B, and then we're looking to form a flat correction here, in which we have an A, a B, and then we're actually looking to form a 5 wave move to the upside here, in which case what we'd be looking for then is the potential to have a bigger move up here. And the typical area that this would travel to, if it does become a 5-wave point and we manage to hold this low, would be moving up to this 2132 with a wave 3, retracing roughly to around this 2057 area with a wave 4, and then looking to push back to the upside. So the pushback to the upside would potentially take us towards this 2180 to this 2150 zone. So if this does play out, we can see that this would be towards this 2205, which is a typical 4th wave correction area. And we could see potentially there might be some waves extending within here or something to that effect. And then we could look to target a little bit higher, maybe even retest this trend line before getting rejection. So that's what we're currently looking out for here. Within that, we can get this just as a 3-wave move, which just moves up towards this 211 area. And that, if that were to play out, instead of having a look at this as a 5-wave move, we could either get it as a symbol ABC, and it might even fall short. It might not even be able to take this this W wave high, and we could look to form a short Y wave here and look to break down. Alternatively, what we could find is if we do form this ABC pattern to the upside, what we might find is that we actually form an A, we drop back down for a B, and then we look to push back up for that C wave, all maintaining this low point here of 1927. If we start to break down below this point, then basically what we'd be looking for initially is to see whether we can hold this this next red line here at this 1902. Breaking down below that will give us either we would then still be within this 4th wave, but we're getting a bit more complex, where we actually form this as a all of this becomes a B wave, and then we look to push up for that C wave. Or like I said previously, if we do start to sell off directly here, we could be looking to target out this green box area here, and that would be a completed move, and then we'd be looking for that push to the upside. So those are the things we need to just keep an eye on for the moment. It is a little bit like in limbo, you know, there's a few options available here, but either way, I do see us still going down unless we can manage to break back up past this 2262 area. Breaking past that 2262 area would actually invalidate this additional 5th wave to the downside here, and would indicate that we've actually finished somewhere in this mess, though it wouldn't make much sense unless it was some kind of a diagonal shape, but it doesn't fit because this 5th wave is not long enough now anyway. So I don't think that's the case. I think either we've completed our 4th wave here and we're going to start to drop, or we've got a little bit left in this 4th and it's going to come back up and revisit this red box area, and then we're going to drop to the downside. Okay, well, we'll try to keep you up to date as best we can with the moves as we see them, and just want to say thank you again for everyone who has supported us. We've reached over 200 subs now. It really is great, really appreciated, really helps motivate us to carry on putting out content. And yeah, just wanted to say thank you. So, and if you have, on that note, if you haven't already, please smash that like button if you've enjoyed the content, hit that subscribe button if you haven't, and leave us some feedback down below. In the description below, you will find an affiliate link to BYBIT. This is a great exchange. It's the one we use when we're trading, whether that is leverage trading or spot trading, longing or shorting the market. It really is a great platform. Within it, it's got great risk management tools, so you can set your trade up and you can put your stop loss, your take profit and everything in before you even put your trade out. It shows you what you're risking versus what your reward is. Also shows you a liquidation price, so with that, you know, you can use that to plan your trades quite efficiently. Also in the description below, there is a link to Discord. Why not come join us? It's free to join, so just jump into the general chat area and mention a member of staff, and we'll be happy to help you out with anything that you may need. Okay, with that all done, just want to say thank you again, and we will see you in the next video. Take care out there, everybody.